Hello. And hello. Hello, everybody. I'm going to do a very difficult thing. Why? Why? Why am I making life hard on myself again? Because sometimes I like a challenge. I don't know. I'm not going to think too much about that question. I'll just ask myself. Here we have Ableton. I want to make drum and bass. So to do that, I'm literally gonna put a drum rack in here, look. Wait, everything's slower now. Right, drum rack. And then I'm gonna find. In fact, I think I found a quicker way. So go into my samples, go into, start with a loop cloud, like beat. So drum loops. It's that kind of sound. I'm just going to start with the drum loop. I'm just going to use this because why not? Hope we need to run a wrong BPM here. I always work at 175, but is this 175? This loop is 175. Rosian, how you doing? Nice to see you. I see you, Ro. Not seen you for time. It's good to see. I can see your face on here, just like Danny face. It's been a while. It's been a while since I'm doing this again. I remember that's a tiny mug. This. Or are you talking about your face? A tiny mug. I just heard a bell. I think it's ready. I remember our beat making. It seems like wasn't that long ago, was it? But it was actually ages ago. It was ages ago. When you were in my basement making beats. Loop. Hope you're well, Ro. Dreams are made in basements. Yeah. Right. Let's put some kicks on here. Where am I going to find a kick? My usual source. I'll start with. So I always used to have a track with XO loaded up. Made it sound like a Joseph for some moment. Oh dear. Yeah. That's grim. It's just thinking about that. That's grim. My basement was better than that. There was that room at the back, wasn't there? I don't know if you saw that room, but it was just full of piles of things I'd collected and didn't know what to do with. I saw the grim reality of it down there, the mouldy basement. I'm sure either I got ill from the mold, or it was something else. I don't know. Could have been just some kind of respiratory virus, you know. Before they were cool, you know. Really bad. It might have been SARS. Yeah. Are you still making beats? I'm still making like beats and stuff. Oh well, but you specialised in the words, didn't you? DM, WhatsApp. Yes, get on the WhatsApp. Yes. One of us DM each other later. I'll probably forget. What am I doing now? Oh yeah. Oh, this is what I had on every single project, because like, so it helped me to choose sounds quite quick. Just throw in things quickly. But there is actually a quicker way than this, which is to use the kits that come with Ableton. I never used to like using things that came with things, but you know, presets are not a bad thing, are they? I mean, like, there's famous presets that make up so many famous pop tunes that sold loads of records. So there's nothing wrong with it, you know. Right. Anyway, let's just drum rack. Little Dave and Steve Minutes ask about you, did he? You still see them? I've not seen Dave for a while, but I've not seen Steve Minutes since I lived in Stockport. That was a long time ago. It was like a long time ago. Well, you know, send my love next time you see them. Presets make life easy and boring. Rich. I love that. It sounds like you've got some wisdom there. Like, just like you've seen it, you've experienced it. Yeah, but I mean, like, they could make interesting people rich as well. Like, I'm not putting down the, like, you know, the presets that come with like the DX. Is it the DX7? That FM synth from like 80s, 90s, and you hear it in like loads of records. Like the one it's in Thriller, that weird sound. Not Thriller. Beat it. Beat it. Beat it. Be back. Hi, I use Russell Burgers with the sauce. It's not for everyone, is it? That sauce. It's weird, isn't it? Some people like actually switch it out for Heinz tomato ketchup. I should have a sponsor, shouldn't I? Just like every time someone talks about food on this chat, just like, have you ever thought about using this brand of ketchup? But no, it's funny because my son is doesn't like the sauce that comes with it. Yeah, I'm not fussed, mate. I'll have it. Just like, I don't eat Russell burgers at the moment. I have done. I'm not saying I wouldn't eat them again either, but I'll prefer to be skint and go get like a fancy burger up the street. But yeah, that's your income gone then, isn't it? That means you're never going to get a house, basically. You're never going to be able to afford a house. Oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? The cost of a wrap these days. I don't know. Thomas Gudgeon, how are you doing? Yeah, hey. It's got a weird member. You're a member, apparently. I see Dave a lot. Not seen Steve since MDeck. Retext. Make a speed garage tune, Thomas. Yes, mate. I'm still hunting for these DJ Easy tunes, which I used to listen to in the 90s, or was it just, it was the beginning of the noughties, and he had this mixtape out called Garage Gold 2. And now there's loads of mixtapes online that you can listen to archived, and it's amazing because there's so many of them, and so many of them are archived on, you can listen to online. But this particular one, can't find it anywhere. It's like rare as shit. Rare as rocking horse shit. Not just shit. Brojan, thanks for sharing, mate. Yeah, I really want to hear these tunes because I want to identify a few of the tunes on this DJ Easy mix. Pretty sure it's on cassette. I'm not sure if. I'm almost certain it was on cassette, and we used to listen to it driving around in my old Vauxhall Nova. Driving around the streets on a Saturday night, you know, looking for something we couldn't find. But that was the soundtrack. DJ Easy. And it had, like, you would know loads of the tunes on there. You would instantly know if you're into garage and know about some of the older garage tunes. You would know loads of them. But there were some on there that which were like just like what I would be going, yeah, this is mint tune at the time. And I've not heard anything like it since. There's a few tunes that I know like that from my younger, like from 20 years ago, that I can't find, and I'd love to recreate them. It's things that it's these mystery tunes from like a long time ago that I can't find. I remember them, and so emotionally that I want to recreate that. It's one of the things that makes me want to make music. You know, if I'm stuck for inspiration, I'm like, oh shit, I want to make that vibe. You know, garage. Right, what's this? As we go back, let's throw a few of these in the drum rack. But tonight I'm making I've got myself in the, what's it called? The mode to make drum and bass. Because I've got some dubstep on the way. The artwork is being done for it as we speak. I mean, she might not be doing it right now, but we went over it. There's a brief. It's got some pretty mad symbology in it, based on the titles of the first two tracks of the album. And I don't know when that's going to come out. When I get the artwork back, I'm going to be in a hurry to upload it, I think. So it could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks. Hopefully not longer. I was going to bring it out like at the start of summer. Now I know what it's like. There was a great Ready or Not D&B remix from a couple of decades ago. I know that one. That'll be if it's the original Ready or Not Jungle remix by DJ Hype. And then I think there's like variations of the DJ Hype one. It's basically DJ Hype did it first. But yeah, look for DJ Hype Ready or Not. There's a new DJ Hype now. There's like someone who's calling themselves Hype, which is a bit annoying because the original DJ Hype like massively shaped the drum and bass and did so many amazing sets in the early noughties and all through the noughties. I'm possibly a bit after. He has kind of faded out, but he runs a record label. He runs Ganja Records, which released so many amazing tunes as well. So he went from being more of a producer to more of a label runner and putting out other people's tunes because he has got great taste. Now he's coming back, you know, and so he should, and he needs to get his name back. Champion Bootleg, is that what it's called? Casual Carlos. Hi. Are you any quicker at releasing music now? That's a good question. How many have I released? I'm about to release a 7-tune album. Before and this year, I've also released a 12, or is it 11 or 12 track electronic album. So I'm doing pretty well this year. I think it is. The year before that, I released like a 31 track album, but they were shorter pieces. You know, so if you're counting tracks per year, which probably shouldn't count that because they were short, but releases per year, I'll be doing at least 2 this year. Yeah, two albums. So I think that's pretty quick. But I'm getting this like thirst for better artwork that someone else has done. That's not me. And you know, that's when it starts going from it's costing zero, you know, only costing my time, to having to, you know, you want to run it like a business. You want to make some return on it, yeah. But sometimes you just got to put it out there and make it a piece of art, and just, you know, maybe one day it'll pay for itself. Who knows? Yes, Ganga. Axe Hawley. How you doing? That's a cool name. Ready or Not Champion Bootleg. Thank you. Casual Carlos has the for you there, Rojan. On Spotify. It's probably not on Spotify because it's got a Lauren a Fuji sample, like a direct. It's like a bootleg, yeah. As it's called, but it's a bootleg. So yeah, it almost definitely won't be on Spotify because getting licensing is fucking really hard from major record companies, yeah, record labels. Really hard, like almost impossible. Even if you have the money, you need all the writers to approve it as well. I've looked into this, so that's why the underground is hard. It's hard as like you can't get. It's harder to put underground music on Spotify now because they have even better detection algorithms than they ever did. People's back catalogues are being taken down to jungle music because of samples being found in there, which is really shit. But yeah, YouTube is the one. That's why YouTube is still better than Spotify. It doesn't have the same user interface as Spotify, and it works differently, doesn't it? But if that is where you'll find an archive of like everything. I don't know why can't Spotify do like that? I think Google should just buy Spotify and just that would solve the, everyone gets paid more. Everyone will get paid more. Well, yeah, everyone probably would get paid more. The artists, and you'd be able to post. Well, anyone would be able to upload music to it, like they do YouTube. Spotify is kind of semi-curated, isn't it? Anyone can upload music to it, but you can't just upload bootlegs and get away with it. But maybe they can do that. Maybe they can. It's easy. It's if you think about it, if Google buys Spotify, all the problems are solved. But I don't think they should. I don't know. Yeah, I think they should. I think they should buy it. Mark Bajan, all right. Do you think Google should buy Spotify to solve the problem of not being able to have bootlegs on Spotify? The money, the revenue would instead go to the respective copyright holders. I uploaded my B.O.B. But B.O.B. Bob. I don't know what that means right now. My brain's not recalling. Haley Williams Airplanes bootleg. YouTube, it's still there. Yeah, YouTube's fine. I've got a few bootlegs on there of like, you know, like fully owned by record companies tunes, and it recognizes the content. It's she's so fine, yeah, she's so fine. Can't think of the name of it. Reet Petite by yeah, that's the one. Thanks, Casual. Everyone's getting super time bootlegs, yeah. That's the artist, right? Okay, B.O.B. featuring Haley Williams, right? But Airplanes is what's the name, isn't it? Maya. M-I-A. M-I-A. The couple of hours still work. Wow. No way. I can't remember which channel I uploaded them on. Maybe it was your channel. Accident waited to be happen. No way. I wanna. That was my tune to cover. Yeah, I forgot. I always forget I covered that tune. We did. We covered it together, didn't we? Yeah, Brojan did the singing. Can we print? Oh yeah, yeah. No way. And that's your nice one. Yeah, that's yours. Yeah, and like you'll know that underneath it will credit the original artist, won't it? It won't. You won't receive any money for the views. It will all go to the original artist, and well, that's the great system. YouTube have absolutely nailed the how to distribute monies thing to the copyright holders. They just got it right, and Spotify are just like, what are they doing? Funding freaking drones and stuff like. No. Paper play, yeah, yeah. So there's this one. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I did try singing. I think my problem with when I was doing lyric writing, it was the same 6 songs. It was the same, just like you could count them on your hand number of songs that I would just go over and 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 over, and ended up just they were cringe, but I didn't try and write any more. That's where I failed. Might do it again one day. Never know. Never know. I think this is the technique. The technique I use now to make music, where you write and start a new tune every day. Practice starting tunes. And Paul McCartney did it as well. He wrote over like 1,000 songs. And if you write one every day, you're not gonna. You might get a bit attached, but it's good that if you write more, you won't be as attached to each single one, and that's good. It's good if you don't get attached, because then you can sort of more objectively pick which is a good one. Yeah, you don't care. That's it. You don't care that you get a penny from doing a bootleg. I think if you made like an amazing bootleg and you got 1 million views, it wouldn't matter that you don't get $1,000 in money. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But if you had 1 million people have heard your track, that would lead to other things. That would lead to other opportunities. Not even 1 million, if you're getting 10k and 20k, that's all the people that could be the entire scene who get to see it. You need to go. Thanks, it's good chatting to you, mate. See you soon, Brojan. Take care, mate. Sugar Mind, been a while. How you doing? Johnny Hartman, hey, how you doing? Still waiting for my Afro House heater. I'm just thinking when am I going to do it? Like, it's got to come. I'm in drum and bass mode at the moment, so I think it will happen though. When I next do like an electronic project where anything goes, I'm going to pick the BPM. I'm going to pick an Afro House BPM, and I'm going to pick some Afro House sounds and maybe write like 10 tunes at that BPM with those sounds. Yeah, does that sound good? I think the kind of sound, I think it might be like, I'll have to do some research to find out what sounds to pick, but I mean, is it just the sounds, or is it the actual, there's a vibe there, I'm not pretending that I can just fucking fake doing Afro House. Like, you know how to make Afro House, Johnny. I've heard your Afro House is really good. It's like, I heard 6 of your tunes, and they're all quite different, like quite diverse sound. They didn't sound the same, but they kind of, you're kind of defining Afro House with them. Silix, Killix, yo, how you doing? I'll get around to it. Yeah, and if you, do you know what, you'll always be here. There, you'll always be there to remind me, won't you? 120, right? See, I like 120, and I've not really worked at 123. So I'm curious to what happens when you just that little bit faster than 120. I think it might bring some subconscious rhythm out of me that I've not, because I've not explored that before. Different feel of time might inspire me to. It might just inspire something. You know what I mean? So I might do, increment all the way from 120 to 123. See what happens. 130. Legal VSC, how you doing? 130 for it's gonna feel slow at first. That's why, yeah. I'll just do like 10 tunes and not listen to them for a week and then go back in and go yeah. But I think this is right, so I've just been working on dubstep for through the summer, finishing this album, and it's finished. And it's gonna come out soon. As soon as the artwork is done. And I've had 140 in my head, and I was like, right now, I want to make some D&B again. After going to Boomtown, Wigwam, James, Wigwam, it's been ages. After going to Boomtown, I kind of knew I'd come back wanting to make D&B, and I did, but I couldn't remember it. All I remembered was hearing some amazing, like, mad jungly basses, like, echoing through woods. Like, it's so good with loads of happy people there. So yeah, I love it. I'm gonna make but to switch from making dubstep back into D&B, I've had to I went on Juno Download, listened to the bestsellers. It's something gets me in the mood because bestsellers. You're like, why are they bestsellers? There's a reason why they're bestsellers. Sometimes it's not obvious. Sometimes it is like, oh yeah, shit, like these are shit hot tunes. And I found Flavor D's latest album, which is called, what was it called? Here and Now, and it's really good, so good. It's the production is like I love the production on it, and the vibes as well, production vibes. And I love some of her older stuff as well. So I was like, yes, like I'm gonna try and make something like that. Anyway, it's got me back in the mode to creating D&B again. And there's a few other ones like Foxy and I forgot what it's called. There's a few other bestsellers, and I was like, this is good. Yeah, good to be back, James. Nice one, mate. I will keep you posted, Johnny. It will happen. It will happen. It's my. I think it's my destiny. Like I'm gonna make. I'm gonna give Afro House a really good go. Yeah, I'm gonna do my own take on it. I mean, I can only ever do my own take on it, really. It might be like Afro House combined with some other crazy D&B. I don't know, but it's got to be a 123. So yeah, or 120. What do you think about Happy Hardcore? I grew up listening to Happy Hardcore. I'd record it off Stu Allen's off Key 103, the Hardcore Hour on a Saturday night. I'd press record. Sometimes I'd listen to it as well, and then sometimes I'd go out and then I'd have it on cassette, 45 minutes of an hour. And then I'd listen to it every day, walking to school on my Walkman, which wasn't a real Walkman. It was another brand of cassette player. So yeah, I've got like old school hardcore sounds in my head, and then it kind of went into happy hardcore then. And it all kind of changed a little bit. That's what I think of it. I don't really listen to much happy hardcore anymore, but I do listen to hard sometimes, like the older stuff, for research and I always forget that word. Nostalgia. There is an artist called Okapi. He doesn't just use any synthesis. Any synthesis, just sampling. All the greats use just sampling, don't they? Like Prodigy. and all the old school like stuff, because sampling was cheaper than buying like massive keyboards that were like £2,000. He makes great happy hardcore. Okapi. Okay, happy is like, that's a good little name, that, isn't it? Okapi. It sounds like happy and okay. Ryan, hello. How you doing? What you been up to? I have no idea what samples I want to have in this tune. I'm just gonna just chuck anything in, see what happens. Most of these snares are like not great for DB. Learning stages of making UK dubstep, like deep. Is it deep dubstep? Is that what they call it? Oh, there's a lot more deep dubstep around in the UK, yeah, than there is US kind of like tear out, thrash. Well, I don't know what the fuck they call it. The hard stuff. Yeah. See, I find that stuff really hard to make. I love it. I love listening to it. I love moving to it, on a big sound system. I think it's amazing how it can be sort of meditative as well as you can dance to it. But I can't get that vibe. Or whenever I'm sat in front of a sequencer, I just want to make like the hardest knees up stuff possible. And it's like a real effort for me to make stuff that's minimal and is something you can zone out to. I don't think I can make zone out music. Like I made an ambient album. That was really interesting. I was in a certain mode and frame of mind and place in my head when I did all that. As soon as I hear beats, it I just want to make like can jump up and down music. It's really hard for me to do. I don't know why. Maybe it may be related to ADHD. I don't know. Like, because in my head, what's going on is I want to make sort of square pusher, like crazy mad edits for 5 minutes, but whenever I've done that before, I end up like going, this is going nowhere, and it's been done before. But I still like to do some crazy edits sometimes. There's a little bit of space for it sometimes. Yeah, Serum is wicked. Serum 2. What's up, Matushko? You have to wake up early. Yeah, I don't tomorrow. I can't stay on for super long, but yeah. Show me what you have. This is all I have. I've dropped a drum loop in, that's as far as I've got. I'm still building this drum kit at the moment. I'm spending too long doing it. It needn't be this long. That's nice. I'll just take that. That'll do. Right. Go on some hi-hats. Lo-fi. Drop some hi-hats in here. We can worry about toms later, can't we? Don't know what, that's not a tom. I'll do. What else? There's usually a fourth instrument I have 4 of. Got an open hat. Let's get a few open hats. that is an old one. Shaker. Yeah. Okay, we've got 16 things loaded up there now into the drum rack. That's when I usually stop. I used to spend a lot longer than that, and I used to fill up a few of these. That's got 16, that's 16. I used to fill up. I used to spend. Yeah, you don't need to. I should just pick one kick, but it's nice to have just a few to choose from. Thanks for liking. Right, let's go in here. Control Shift M does that. Put this speaker on. Let's hear it. I think what I'm going to do is I'll just put basic kick and then see, it doesn't need hi-hats. There's enough. It does need a shaker. Meloran, that was XO, which just kind of like, yeah, XO by XLN audio, and it just kind of helps pick samples in a different kind of way, you know, like rather than going into folders, having it in 3D instead of folder D. Sometimes helps. I think it's I've built drum kits really quick like this, but I don't know if they're any good or not. I've just heard 2 really good kicks actually there, just by randomly clicking. There was this one, which I'm going to try. Oops, not there, mate. Here, and that previous one. No, was it that one? SP. There we go. Yeah, yeah. It's a great plugin. It's a great VST XO. Yeah, I thought Ableton's latest version, right? It was sold as, so I feel conned a little bit. It was sold as, right? So you load a sample, you see drum rack, and then you click. Where is it now? Is it there? Turn that on. Actually, no, it doesn't show up. There was this like feature where next similar, so you could find a similar sound. So if I go, oh no, it won't work on that. Yeah, next similar, control and right. So if I click that, press control right, it doesn't work. Oh no, it did then. Right. It's got its own. Yeah, that didn't used to work though. It's actually working now. So it's somehow it scanned my hard drive and kind of has found similar sounds. So it kind of works a bit like XO, because the similar sound thing on there is basically you pick a sound and you go, oh, I like that, and then it's got all the ones it thinks. I don't know what metrics it's using to determine that they're similar. I think length and tuning, possibly. But it does a good job of it, and I think Ableton have tried to do a bit of that. Yeah, it does work now in Ableton. Anyway, right, Pax. Yeah, family's all well. Hope your family's well too. Yeah. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. Yeah, it's all good here. They're in nursery now, so it's like nuts. I've got some free time though now. Just a little bit of free time back after a long summer. Yeah, I hope you're well, mate. Sorry, I've just fattened that up. Gits. See, mine is still at an age where they don't know they're being naughty yet. So, but I know that's coming. It's coming, definitely. What's his name on Spotify? Terrapastel, or Nextlev for DMB if you want DMB. NEXLEV. But Nextlev is this. Any DMB I'll release under Nextlev, but Nextlev has not had a release for probably 2 years. Even though I've got some tunes, I've got tunes to release. Got like 8 tunes ready for release. Why am I not releasing them? That's a good question. I should just release them, shouldn't I? With some basic artwork and let people decide whether they're any good or not, rather than trying to make a big fuss about it, you know? Gotta shoot. Take care, Pex. Yeah. See you soon. Thanks for sharing. Many thanks. Mycelium is a good... Mycelium. What, a BST? Or Bitwig Mycelium? Is it in Bitwig? Mycelium. I'm not going to find it like that, am I? Right. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that, Matushko. It's the name of my a track under Nextlev called Mycelium. Yeah, and it samples. Oh, I've forgotten his name. I've not watched his channel for ages. He's got this channel where he does like engineering at home and telling you how things work and how to build your own solar panels and your own batteries and stuff like that. And he talked about mycelium, so I loved the way he talked about mycelium in his like northern accent. So I sampled him and put it in that tune. And that tune, I remember the first time I played it was a free party in Chorlton Leisure Centre. And it wasn't finished. I changed the tune a bit to the one that you can hear now. Only a bit. I just mixed it a bit better, so it was less distorted. But yeah, it went down really well in the swim. There was like a rave in the swimming pool. No water in there. It was very echoey in there, but no, it was brilliant. Went down really well. So yeah, thanks for that, Matushko. It's nice to hear that about one of my tracks. Kathy, thanks for liking. Big up, bro. Thank you. Thanks, Cavi711. Weird to say, but I love your voice. Thank you very much. I always thought it was too breathy or too quiet, you know. But no, yeah. Is it like ASMR? Like beat making? It's supposed to be quieter than that, though. Thanks, Ryan. Right, we've got a beat. Let's move on to the bass, because we'll be here all day otherwise, won't we? On this project. So load up a serum. And let's pick from one of my many basses, or one of the new basses. Because I've got 2 lots of folders for basses. This is like because it's a new version of Serum. Foghorns. Just go straight into the foghorns. I remember making this on live stream. basses. Oh, I made this. Whoa, what's happening then? What's made? Bass, phased bass. Oh, it sounds terrible. Why is there two foghorn? Oh my gosh, my folders are like the worst. I might have to go back to my old ones. I do, yeah. I do. That's what I should do. Should do that as well. Considering I'm doing this the hard way anyway, because I've started this. How long have we been streaming? 46 minutes. I've got a beat so far. I've been trying a lot. I would normally do this quicker, and I'd normally have drum beats all ready to go in like a template. So I can just get straight into making basses, because basses is I think is the thing that usually is the idea. If I ever have an idea, you know, it's most ideas are sort of like basses, whereas drums are kind of like more. They take more sort of time to sort of layer and stuff. So it's not the quickest way to make music to start with drums. To start with like making drums, even though it is essential though, because that's how you get unique sounding drums. So I'm showing this from start to bass at least. So yeah, so I make a lot of my own serum presets. So let's make one now. No idea. It's good if you make it a serum preset. It's good to sort of have an idea in mind of what you want. I don't know what I want. How about like a Reese? And I forget, you know. And now I know I want a Reese. I could a wise. It might be wise to do it rather than do it from memory. Would be to go onto YouTube and type how to make a Reese bass, and there's never been so many tutorials on how to make there might be different kinds of Reese basses, but you would definitely pick up some and save some time on how to make a really good sounding one. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it hard on myself. I'm going to try and do it from memory, which is foolish, but I'm going to do it. So let's do. There you go. Job done. But what I will do is remove the fundamental, so there's no root note playing, root frequency there. Well, it's called the fundamental, and instead we're going to add in our own. And instantly, you have like quite a clear flavor. So that's where I get stuck. That's why I start looking at tutorials, because it sounds very dry, doesn't it? So we could add a. Let's add a reverb. Sounds very metal. Yeah, no, we'll screw the reverb. We'll get involved. And go for medium. Go to 80s. Oh, that sounds worse. It's because it's a Reese. Reese's aren't meant to be reverbed. What do I need to do? Maybe get rid of that again. It's trial and error now. Distortion. A bit of tube. Better. And let's add some LFO movement. That's controlled, you know, like. So now we have 3 bits that are moving. We've got obviously the thing in time doing a quarter note down, and then we have obviously the detuning of 2 of these saw waves here, either side, where you can see here, those 2, well, the green ones left and right. So it's like change the speed. Oops. So to me, it sounds like there's too much. Let's reduce that sub a bit. The fundamental. Let's. It sounds too like it needs filtering. So. Fatness there. There's this clean mode. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're listening in stereo. Is anyone listening on headphones? The default setting in Serum 2 is to have the unison when you go above 1, so you've got like 2 or more unison voices, they pan the voices hard left and right. That's not what I want. That was not what an original Reese is anyway. It sounds great stereo, but we're going to turn the width to 0. We can make it stereo later, but for now keep it mono. That means I'm just listening in one ear. I can hear all the saw waves now in one ear, so it's mono now. I'm not saying you should make music with one ear, by the way. I think it's a terrible idea. Because it means you've got to, I don't know, it's kind of less distracting, but when it does come, when you do eventually listen to it in 2 ears, you realise that it's all in mono. Or some of it is, and then you need to start thinking about changing bits of it if you want it to sound like it's in a stereo, like it's got depth and it's got like it's in a place, or you know, the space around it. I don't know if that sounds like a Reese. Let's add some mono. Let's make it monophonic. Make it bend. I don't know if that sounds like a Reese or not. Maybe it sounds a bit too distorted now. Yeah. And then this is where I get stuck. So I don't usually use Reese's because if it's low cut, then it'd be good for like a vocal track. It's for a vocal to go over it. But as a main feature in a D&B track, I'd be better off, if I wanted to use a Reese, I'd be better off building a D&B track with lots of other sounds in first, and then accompanying that with a bass line, the Reese or whichever kind of sound. Yeah, so at the moment I've just built a Reese bass and I'm not necessarily feeling it right now. Should we get some fast wobble on here? Some eighth. I'll probably follow. Oh yeah, follow key track with the filter. That's definitely better. Actually, that's what's missing. There's that tune, and I did the hand movements for it when I went to Boom Down. I can't remember who played it. Let's see if we can get the right notes. Something like that. But it's so much better than that. I don't even know how. Probably the shape of the saw wave. Yeah, I don't know what notes to play. Right, let's get another bass. This is why I'm stuck, so I'm gonna instantly start a new sound or something. Because this particular session here, it's taken a long time, so I want to get on something. It's going back into my old basses, which are all over the place as well. D&B. There's only one D&B. Why does that sound like there's no bass? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this bass is off one of my songs, one of my tunes that's about to come out. But it's off from a 140 tune, but I'll use it just so we can finish this tune for tonight. How is that? E and F, okay. Let's turn the portamento rate down. Feels a bit slow. Do some dotted moves. Better now. Now the movement is not just 8th or 16th, it's dotted. If you don't know what a dotted note is, it took me ages. I don't know if I actually only fully figured it out this year. So if you know what a quarter note is, a dotted quarter is a quarter and then half of a quarter after it. It's basically 150% of a note of a. Is it called a note? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a quarter note. But instead of 100% of a note, it's 150% in length. That's one way, or 1.5 of. And that's why you get the instead of yeah, which is great for creating like a polyrhythm within. You get lots of polyrhythms in D&B. A rhythm that is not synchronizing with the asynchronous. How do I know all this? How do I know all this stuff? You don't need to know all this stuff. Feel the music. It does help a bit though to know it, especially with the terminology, because then you can actually communicate to other people what you mean. Right. Let's pick one more bass, shall we? Forget what my favourite kind of bass sounds are in D&B. Like, okay, I've got an idea. Sine waves. So let's pick. Let's turn random off. Let's pick a triangle, and let's do some cool stuff. Let's put let's put ratio on. Oh no, not ratio. No. Because there's ratio and then there's harmonics. And I forgot what the difference is. Are they the same? As you can tell, that's not the same as semitones. But you can get like different harmonizations by using ratios or just harmonies. It only picks the ones that are pleasing to the ear and misses out. If you do this with semitones, you'll get a 2, which sounds horrible. You get a 3, which sounds good. You get a 4, 5, sounds good. 6 doesn't. Harmonic series. It's another thing I really did some good research into this year. I actually studied it a little bit. The What Sit Thief followed me. Thank you. And thank you for joining. And Georgie and Joe, thank you for following. I forgot to say all my thank you. Like I used to and still do. I'm grateful for anyone who follows. Just curious, would it be possible to have some help turning my lyrics into a song? What kind of help? Can you be more specific? I had a friend who said they might, but it's been a couple of months. That's I mean, like, I've always been open to any ideas of making music, but the ones that it turns out I'm like really specific about what I'll actually work on with other people. Like, I'm kind of open to collabs, but I rarely do any collabs, and so I only do the ones which are like, I don't know. There's some kind of magic, and I can't explain it. I've not done enough collabs to actually say what it is yet. Background music, audio for the vocals, yeah. So how can I don't know what the solution is for that actually, because unless I would only do it for money. and you might, for the same money that I asked for, you might be able to get like, you might be able to buy a beat from like BeatStars or something like that. Whereas, and you know, so you could go, you could listen to, you know, you'd spend a few days listening to loads of people's beats that they're selling the rights to, where you can buy the rights to use it as your backing track. That might benefit you better to begin with, if you kind of new at like doing this sort of thing. However, I'm not ruling out, you know, if you want me specifically, but like if you got $35, yeah, I don't have enough time kind of thing to do that. I have no time, so I'd have to stop doing the thing that I enjoy doing, and or that I'm free. You know, I like being free when I make music. Um, so if someone needs something very specific for me to produce, I would have to charge like pretty big money now. The only thing that would prize me away from everything else I'm doing, because I have a very busy home life as well. But so that's my recommendation. Yeah, is check out something like BeatStars. Like I've seen people put amazing stuff on BeatStars, and I'm like, and they're producers who make money off selling beats on BeatStars. And there's probably other places, and they sell you, yeah, you can buy different levels of rights to music to use. Another option. My last album I released as a for free as a copyright Creative Commons. So that album called What and Wonder. If you hear any tracks on there that you wanna, it's on Spotify and YouTube. If you hear any tracks on there that you want to put your lyrics over, which is unlikely because it's kind of weird music, you can put your lyrics over it and put it on YouTube, as long as you credit me. Then you're allowed to use it. That's the beauty of that license, the Creative Commons license. But if you wanted to put it on Spotify and release it, you'd have to then come and get some kind of license from me. You'd have to ask me for a license. It's a pretty mad way. It's like, it's not how traditional music is copyrighted and released, but it's a way where people can just collaborate with your stuff as long as they provide attribution. Because if they don't, you can claw back loads of royalties. Like people claw back a lot of royalties from people just using other people's music without crediting them. So yeah, good luck, Versa. Do you have any tips for adding general ambience to a track? I have added rises and other effects. Oh, ambience. This is a good one. Yeah, this is. Oh, yes, I've struggled with this for a long time. Yeah, it's been a really big problem. You can have great beats, great bass. You can have like this vibe, but there's like some air. It's like there's an air missing, and it's. So maybe we'll get into it by the end. Maybe I'll try and solve that problem within this track, because this track's already very dry at the moment. So just, yeah, for D&B and Jungle is what I've had the same problem for so long. Yep. So what the short way of putting it is, right, the Flavor D method is sample like loops of what are they called, like tambourine shakers, like shaker loops, just over the top, just I've tried it a million times, right? Try and solve it with your own MIDI percussion, and it just doesn't quite work. What to give you that air, you can't fake it. it's like the air comes from actual real air, and someone playing a shaker in a room with a mic, and um, I think that's what gives it a magic. A magic. It's not magic. It's just real world. It's what we're used to hearing. It's why ears are so used to living in a human body. So it doesn't seem to be a way of faking it. Um, the problem is also solved by, there's loads of different ways. Like, you could have constant noise playing that dips with every kick and snare or something like that, or moves, some kind of noise that moves. But obviously, just using white noise, you can tell it's just white noise. There's something about real world noise that's you can't fake. So yeah, lots of percussion. Also, another one, if you take inspiration from like 80s 80s chart music that's like uses electronic drums, they obviously have 40 vocals on, which immediately makes everything richer anyway. But their drums had loads of like 80s gated reverb on. So what you could have is your D&B tune, but in the background, really quiet, you've got bits of like percussion that go into reverb, and that reverb tail is just long enough to cover all the dry silences. But so then you've got to get creative with like the rhythm, where you're going to place these conga hits or bongo hits or wood block hits, or there's all these percussion that you can choose from to sort of to put through reverbs to add this air. And then of course you've got rises and fallers. How often, I mean, in really intense ADHD loving freaking jump up, you have lots of these rises and fallers. And then so you could have like these rises and fallers. I've solved this before with like rises, fallers, little effects going into echo delays. So there's always like a tail reverb fading out. And if you take a listen to some really good dub music, really old dub music has this in reggae dub, where they're just feeding stuff into tape echoes. And there's almost always some kind of echo going on at all times. It's mad art form, sending signals into tape echoes and at different, and then changing the speed and changing the rhythm of it. So it's, you kind of, I guess the answer is to add layers. But I think they want to be rhythmic layers though, not just noise. Like you could go out and record the dawn chorus where all the birds sing, and it would just, and you layer it in your track, and it would just sound like birds singing over your track. It won't necessarily sound musical. So yeah, I hope that helps. I feel like I could answer that question. Like that's where I'm at now with my production. It's extra effort. It's for sure to do it, to add all these extra things in, and you're like, it's like special effects. It's like adding, like, what is it? You are a magician basically, and you're hooking people in with all your sounds. But one of them is this stuff that people don't necessarily notice on the first time round. They'll know if it's missing, but they won't know what's missing. But when it's there, it's like there's all these extra rhythmic sort of like noises. You can really like feel it almost, can't you? Yeah, it's hard to do. It takes practice, but it's doable. Phil McCracken. Have you been on a break? Yeah, about a 2-month break. Yeah. How you doing, Phil? 2 months. It's been of summer, hot weather, and having toddlers and trying to keep them happy, which is not that easy. Reset. Wait, maybe I don't want this. Maybe I do want ratio. Yo, McCracken, thanks for following. Chopped percussion with an LFO modulating reverb, but sounding out of place. Yeah. I think I run into this problem, obviously, like every time I make a tune, and I'm more the better sounding tunes that I've come out with have layers of percussion. So once you've got a nice break and you've got a nice kick and snare making an accent, then you wanna add more movement in. I don't think that's enough. It depends, because you know, some jump up just literally has, and there's barely any other percussion. There isn't any other percussion on so many tunes, even modern new ones. They have got the splashy sounding hi-hat sounded just right, and the snare sounded just right. So the snare and the hi-hat have got their own little movement in there, and then there's gaps, but those gaps need to be there because those tunes tend to have more mid-high range in the what's it called, in the basses on the with the bass sounds. So you don't want loads of rhythmic air up there. It's two different types of tunes really. So this the stuff with the rhythm and with the percussion, like shaker, lots of shakers and stuff over the drum beat. The basses that work well on those tunes are a bit more muffled, a bit more sort of subdued, not as jumpy uppy, maybe more rollery, or obviously, you know, liquidy. So yeah, it depends on the mixing issue, and that's it. Could be dependent on the type of tune you're making, and I have this problem every time though. I'm like, how does it needs air, but at least I know now what it needs. Like, it's just a matter of how to solve the problem. Once you've identified the problem, then it's kind of a lot easier to you know, if you don't know what's wrong with the tune, that's where I think it benefits to ask someone who's been doing it for longer, for sure. It is though, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. It is fucking loads of experience. So many times I've run into that problem. Craig J, what software do you use, and is it expensive? So Ableton Live 12 is like Suite is like 400 or 500 quid. how can I say it? Like, I used to use a preview, like a preview copy of it for a while until I eventually had the money to buy it. So I was a poor man who didn't know what he wanted to do. Okay, we might have something here. How much did you pay for the rest of it, like Soundbank and VSTs? Soundbank? You mean like Serum 2? Yeah, well, at first, you know, I just got everything for free. Not everything, but as time's gone along, I've bought more and more of it. Yeah, loads of VSTs. Yeah, I've got plenty of VSTs. Yeah, they all cost a lot of money. I do want to buy, the next thing I want to buy is Pro Q4, because I've got Pro Q3 and that's really good. And, you know, Pro Q3 costed like, you know, over 100 quid. But yeah, no, Serum, the beauty of Serum is, Serum, I bought Serum 2. The beauty of Ableton is it comes with everything you need. You don't Serum Live Suite. Fucking hell. Ableton Live Suite. It comes with it's called Suite for a reason. It's a full suite of production tools. You can make literally anything with it. One great example is a D&B producer called Dutch guy, I think it is. What is his name? Begins with a C. And he made like a full D&B. He still does make full D&B albums with only with Ableton. And it still makes tunes. Yeah, I think he's probably uses more than just Ableton now, but he's got at least one amazing album that was only Ableton. And it's amazing. You know, once you start, like, if you get a good bass sound and you resample it, you've just opened yourself up to a whole world inside of Ableton of sound manipulation. Like, yes they do, gotta love. I mean, this goes back the music coming out of Holland in the 90s, like rave music, and they haven't stopped, have they? It feels like almost like a musical second home outside of this country. I think if I had to choose to go anywhere, it would be Holland, then Germany for rave music, for sure. For the stuff that got into the UK, like loads of stuff came in in the 90s from Holland, yeah. And Belgium is another one as well, yeah. Belgium. My opinion, FL Studio. It's a fully working music making suite, isn't it? It can do anything. I'm a bit slow on it, so that's why I've stuck with Ableton. But some people are whiz on it, you know, like, and I think FL Studio looks better. I think the way they just got this bit, it looks, it's just more pleasing on the eye, the way they've got the colours and probably other aspects of it. But what I really love about Ableton is this along the bottom, where you can put your plugins in a row across here. It's just for me. It is, yeah. One time, well, you do, yeah, one time purchase, but then you get like upgrade offers when, I mean, so what my friend did she started off with Ableton Live, not the suite, and it doesn't have all the synths and plugins, and made some tunes in it, and I was really impressed. They're like the first. She was a DJ as well. She's a DJ. Made some tunes in it, and I was like, they were really good. And obviously, that was enough for her to go, do you know what? I'm ready to buy. I want the full suite. Yeah, so she got it because she got really serious about it. Yeah, so you just upgrade from the lower version. Isn't FL Studio like that? Isn't there like a basic version of FL? I don't know, like a free version even. Yeah, and then just have a play in it with whatever money you've got to buy it, I guess. And then if you're really getting serious about it and you've got some more money, you just upgrade, don't you? And then each time they bring a new version out, like we're still on version 12 here. To be fair, right? The every time Ableton upgrades, they come out with some amazing stuff that makes you go, yeah, I want to buy that. I'll pay some extra money to upgrade. But it's not essential. If I was still on Live 11, I would still have the full capabilities that I had to make so much music. Like sometimes it's worse giving yourself more options. You know what I mean? Like people who've got a guitar just have a guitar, don't they? They might have some pedals. Maybe it's a bad analogy. Like acoustic guitar, right? Nothing else, no pedals. You just become a whiz. Yes, that's all you got. So sometimes having less is more. But anyway, FL Studio I think has free upgrades, doesn't it, for life? So you buy it once, you get free upgrades. But yeah, you'll have to have a look. iOS. I have to sleep, but you are interesting to talk to about producing in the future. Yes, thank you. You know, yeah, thanks, OS. Hi, Mr. Moonsweet. Right. Sounds like it should be. Oh. Let's go down. Now we just need, if any of you know who Dillinger is, the drum and bass, the UK drum and bass producer who really knew how to make really hard beats and bass back in the noughties. He used to do lots of, I don't know what kind of beat this is called. Some say it's two-step, but like there's so many. To me, it's the second most popular D&B type rhythm, kick snare rhythm. It's the most popular is obviously dum-ch, 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 but this is. And Dillinger made quite a lot of tunes, probably more tunes in this than the most popular type of rhythm. Let's see if we can. Wait, what time are we on here? I've been making this for an hour and a half now. Probably an hour of that's been chatting. OS, thanks for following. Did I already say that? Let's add some air. I know our air-seeking friend has spit. I think he's gone. Yeah, he's called What's. The What's It Thief. He's gone. But that's not going to stop me. We need some, like, some air, but like a sound that provides the air. That's an interesting sound. MIDI controller. The current, it's a Roland. It's just a basic Roland A49, but it's like the newer one, and it's exactly like the last one, which it was the second controller. This is the third MIDI controller that I've ever bought, I think. The other one, there was another one before this one, but I sent it back. It was an Arturia. I can't remember what it was, but I hated the knobs on it. It came with knobs and sliders. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great, but the feel of them was, oh, I hated it. I was like, I'm going back. This is going back, and I sent it back, and I wiped all my fingerprints off it as well. Like, I was just like greasy fingerprints, because it was that kind of rubbery plastic that just shows up all your horrible prints. But yeah, I sent it back. I had to clean it because it was like, yeah, you have to return it, and as in the state you got it. So I was like, I don't want any fuss, so I gave it a good clean. Yeah, so it's a Roland A49. It's just a basic 49, but it has the keys feel just like the old A49. They're just like no resistance when you press the key down, like what do you call it, an unweighted, just completely unweighted keyboard. A Roland. Oh wait, so I did buy a Roland. What's it called? Can I show you it? Let's see if I can lift it up. This thing. It's only small. I was just and I do like the Roland Bender, but it's a bit shit. It's a bit shit on this one. It's actually probably the exact same, like mechanical fader Bender. So it's like not been upgraded at all. The only thing it has on it is a D-beam, but that's shit. I think even though I can't really play piano well enough, I mean, yeah, I don't need to be able to. I just need an input device, right, to get MIDI notes down. Sometimes, quite often I'll just click them in. You know, I don't even need to play anything. But something that when you do want to put some expression in, something that does it well. I don't think this pitch bend on here is up to scratch. It's like the same one that was in this keyboard 20 years ago, and it's shit. It's if you've ever used, I used a Roland SH09, which is like an SH101. And it's an analog keyboard, so your pitch bend is infinite. It's pretty much like infinite voltage differences, and you can really feel it and hear it, and it's amazing to grab hold of one and bend a voltage inside a keyboard. It's so good. But MIDI digital keyboards like this one can't do that. It just doesn't work. MIDI cannot send that kind of detail. So these new keyboards that have come along, which you can bend pitch per key, called like MP, and they use MPE to transmit the data, like the Roly C-Roll. I can't remember what it's called. Those keyboards. There's loads of them now. I should get one of those instead of doing all this pitch bend stuff. That's out of date now. I mean, I would be open to trying a different kind of keyboard, which has, most keyboards have two dials on, don't they? One for pitch mod and one for modulation. And I bet there are some really good ones out there which would satisfy my needs, but I've not had to go over them, so until I do, I won't know what to buy. Do you input everything via MIDI controller without adjusting it afterwards? Yeah, I always adjust. Yeah. Usually because it's out of sync, or I'm out of sync, or both. Yeah, nearly everything gets quantized. Pretty much. If I want to keep human feel where it's not exactly lined up. It'll be done meticulously because the type of music I make, it's not jazz. It's not. If it was jazz, I would be a whiz on a keyboard, and I'd be able to just play it in again till it feels right and do a second take. But that's not how I work. I work, you know, note by note. So I don't have as many notes in as a jazz piece, you know. So I don't. It doesn't. You know, it still takes a long time to adjust every note if I wanted to. Just quantize all of it and then adjust the notes needed. You know, if I'm making drum loops, not every, especially with drums, actually, not every drum hit should be exactly on the line, because you don't want all the some transients. Sometimes you don't want all the transients exactly playing at once, because that can, some of them cancel out, and then some of them double in size, which creates different problems and makes it sound flibby flabby. And so, yeah, in recent years, I've been staggering the MIDI on some instruments, so not everything plays exactly at the start time, only by a tiny amount, but you can hear the difference. And if you listen to D&B, the snare, the transient on the snare almost always occurs completely on its own. If there's any other percussion around it, it's around it and not the transients from other percussion is not on it, it's like around it. So yeah, that took me a while to learn that as well, and to be able to hear it. Try whatever tech you want, just buy it on Amazon and then return it. Yeah, so I bought it on a shop that I've been going to called Scan Computers in Bolton. I think I bought it online and then took it back in person. I don't know why. I think it was just passing by, but I just wanted to get rid of it because it was so shit. Oh, it was so bad. It was just totally not what I needed. Even though I spent a long time researching that it would solve my problems, I didn't actually need all those knobs and sliders, because I've got this. I've still got this whole thing. It's the sliders are really short throw. They're like, you know, not even 50 mils. But it does the job sometimes, because I use these for cut off and for filtering, you know, for recording automation, controlling filters and stuff like that. Ooh, just had an idea. Like the sound, rather than trying to make that sound do it. Different sound. Some big convolver on there. Is that real? Massive. Fills in a gap a bit. Let's see if this. Do. Super Mario. Finish track by adding finish your touch to make it seamless. If I send the file to you, that's that's the hardest, possibly the most difficult thing to do is see, send it to me, right? There's probably a 1% chance. I'm not saying don't send it to me. Send me what you've got, but it's like a lottery. Actually, no, it's not a lottery. It's like it's a lottery from your point of view, but I think I can only terrapastel@gmail.com. Send it there. If I hear this, this is the way people. This is the secret. I'm telling you, the key of how people can collaborate with me is by doing what you might do right now, which is basically send me a track and say, can you finish this? And I will almost definitely either say no, or oh, I can't do anything with this, or I mean, it's rude not to reply, but what happens, the way I deal with life, right, is I'll think about something for a long time, and then eventually it's such a long time will pass, then I'll just feel like I don't want to reply now and say no. So much shit goes through my head. Some sort of time and yeah, needs to be fixed. Yeah, it's unlikely because I have the trouble is that I have a load of my own tunes which are in the same state basically. So that's why I say 1% chance. It's probably less than 1%, and unless it's something that jumps out, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is like I can work with this, you know. But that's really unlikely to happen. So don't even. I wouldn't even get your hopes up even slightly. I'll try and listen to it. Yeah. I'll give it a listen, at least. You can be sure that I will listen to it, but whether I'll act on it afterwards, but I'm decent enough to actually listen. But you know, my inbox is pretty quiet, so it's quiet enough for me to listen. Well. See, I'm having trouble here, Thomas, because I would just need to bounce this tonight. It's nearly, I mean, it's, what time is it? Yeah, I should go really soon. And the fact that it's garage as well, like right now I'm in like, the DMB headspace to switch from genre to genre is actually quite hard for me. I'm still trying to find a quicker way of doing it. Sounds like a string now. Okay, we need that note there. So what I might be able to do, Thomas, is listen to it and just go, I would, you know, put another element in there or focus on the drums or, you know what I mean? Rather than actually go into it myself, but cooked. Right, so what's this? Have I duplicated it? I have, haven't I? Let's see what we've got in stabs. Whoa. Just like totally not harmonic. Good night. Work starting again tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be. I don't have to get up first thing, luckily, tomorrow, but it's still probably like 9 a.m. It's much laying. Good night, though, Matushko. It's like a little riser there, isn't it? What's going on? Ah, loop. Can we change the loop length? Well, on stay if you ever get around to listen to it tonight. Probably won't. Oh, yeah, no. There's, I sometimes I do. Sometimes I play tunes. I wasn't gonna do it tonight because my eyes are already feeling. Why can't I change this loop length there? Forward loop. Why? How do you change it? Loop length. Zoom. No. Oh wait, I can zoom. Is that what it is? Oh yeah, that's it. Weird. No matter what I do. Yeah, my eyes are hurting. Always happens though. I don't get enough sleep. Don't do that, guys. Don't not get enough sleep. It's really bad for you. You can't help it when you got kids, though. Ooh. Definitely like thinking of doing Dillinger things here. Like a different drum break, 2 drum breaks. So you can tell I'm out of practice because I've been in the same project for nearly 2 hours, but I'm just getting warmed up again, you know, for a winter, for an autumn and a winter of lots of live stream productions, production live streams. So go to samples, go back to Loop Cloud. I want something that's like, that's a big noisy kind of. I know that's like an old drum loop. Wait, let's do it like that. Yeah, it's hard to go anywhere from here though. I know. Jake, thanks for following. Like how to, if I was to now start extending the arrangement. Oh right, yeah, this. Yeah. So we'll duplicate that. Sounds too noisy. There's too much going on. So let's dupe these up. we've got our tune. Well, no, it's not tune. It's just a splurge. So we'll put it in splurge. And we'll call it overture. Wait, was that the last track I did? Sketch, but overture. Got any other overture? F N O. Yeah, we did all the way up to N. Y. I don't know why Z isn't there. It doesn't have to be though. Did we do any O's? No. This is why, because it was a while ago. So yeah, we're continuing with the overture word. And we're going to add a C. C. Let's go to word finder and do a letter beginning. A word beginning with C. Cuprous. No. Specific word. Countersink. Countersink will do. And then we're going to render it to MP3. Countersink. There we go. Job done for tonight. So that whole thing took 2 hours. And this is it. This is out of practice. 2 months of not really done this. What I aim to do and what I was doing in October and before that as well is doing all that in like 10-20 minutes. Even while on live stream, I think I didn't talk. You kind of need to concentrate to do it that fast. If I wasn't live streaming, yeah, I could do it in 10 minutes. Is quite hard to do. It's like you're like frantic almost. But that's when when really good ideas can be captured, as long as you're doing it. You make loads of shit, but you'll sometimes lay down a banger and you don't necessarily know for sure at the time whether you have. So yeah, I've rendered that. I'm not going to listen to it now for at least 3 days. I'm going to move on to the next one, and hopefully I can do the next one. Now I've got some drums down, I could just delete this and just start making new stuff. This crazy bass. I can now I've got this here, I can now bang something like 5 minutes. Have a little mess around with a few things. That's all like D&B, does it? What if we put a big reverb on it? Baroque L90 big drums, gold plate. drums are very noisy, aren't they? I kind of like the stripped out. You can hear more of the bass. See, nearly done. This is when the magic comes out, you're not really thinking. You still need some like good basses to hand, which in this project I don't have. That's what my good projects had. I'll just continue on from the last one, load up the last project, and just use all the synths that were already loaded up. So let's try this fucker I built a few months ago. It's very big. I like that resonance, but not for the whole thing, so let's have it low and then turn it up. Turn it right. It's just that little. I heard it before, I can't get it back now. That'll do. Is it some of the effects? It's because of this chorus here, isn't it? There's a bit of that. Right. What's going on with this? There's some kind of strange... I think it's this. There's a bit of that. just me pressing one note. So this live stream is. Reverb's too big. Or it needs to be... Wait, what does it need? To be quieter. Sounds. Deleted the other break that was there. Sounds terrible. So let's get another serum because we don't want to delete any at this point. There's not that many. It's not enough. Usually have 20, 30 serums. And choose one of my old. I'm gonna have to go to bed. Where are they now? Bases. We want this Jungle Phaser. I forget what it's called now. Baseline bases. D&B. Pitch wobbles. It's a proper bass that you get in Fake Phaser. Is it the Fake Phase? Jungle Sub, Jungle Phaser, Jungle Double Wobble. It's one of these. There it is. So let's put some. Why do you have to be like this noise? There's a way of getting around this. I always forget. Color white. This, yeah, we'll just do that for now. It's got a bit of noise, and we will. Actually, we could send both of these to a bus. Right, check this trick out. And in this bus, which is bus 1, we now have a signal going into it, which is what you can hear, but twice now because it's coming through here as well. And we're just gonna distort this to bulk. And then we're gonna high pass that with a filter. Switch it to high. It doesn't sound as good as I thought it would, but we don't need as much. And now we can actually take this away. We don't need this going to main. So this is not coming out. It sounds like that. Whether that sounds good or not is to be debated. We're on basic shapes here. So harmonics coming from drive there, and main bus distortion here as well. We can we change this? We can add a bit more hotness there. Oh yeah, there's a kind of a nice noisy. Now let's go into just go with that. You might not hear that on the phone speaker. But it's there. It's there. We don't need to, but let's just beef this one up a bit because it sounds quite. It's very low. We can add distortion here. This amazing thing about Zoom too. It's not bad. I feel like changing the drums. See the timing now. A bit this way. Pulse width modulation. Change that with something. Sometimes it sounds shit. Sometimes it sounds kind of noisy. Another oscillator later in here. What could go wrong? Makes it so it edits the level at different rates. For different rates. See that's yeah. I like your suggestion. I do that. I do that sometimes. I did it a lot in on this dubstep album I've just released, and it kind of comes after. I might do a bit of it in this preliminary stage of making a tune, but it usually comes after making it, like after doing the splurge, and then I come back to it like a few days later and start discovering what I can do with what I've already made. And that's when I'll start getting a little bit more intricate like that. I know I'm changing the LFOs now, but I'm not really adding any automation outside of Serum at the moment. But yeah, I mean this bass isn't sounding too bad on its own, is it? It's just whether it goes with the other stuff. I mean, I think the drum beat could sound better, but what I'm going to do now, so that took That took 20 minutes. I'm just going to copy this over so it's more than however many bars that is. 4, 8 bars. That's all it is. So Control Shift S. I'm gonna have to come up with another name. Overture. It's word beginning with D. When I'm going to bed. The shaft of a long bone. Diaphysis. Diaphysis. Yeah, let's do that. Do that a lot. I do that a lot to add something for variety and variation to the core sound. Yes, yeah, exactly. If you've, I think that's it. It's once you know you've got like a really good sound, and you're like, it could do with a bit more movement or variation in the movement. Yeah, that is when you would start going deeper, like going into the automation for sure. Yeah. Right. Did I bounce that? No, I didn't. Yeah, it's never ending fun. Like you've already got you can hear an idea. You've listened back to a track you started, and it's already sounding good, and you're like, but it needs to be better than it is to get anywhere near finished. To move it towards being finished. It's a good idea, but it's got potential. And then you start going, what can I do to that bass? And then you do the thing to the bass, and then everything else one by one. It's literally like I'm doing it. Right, anyway. This album, I can't wait for this artwork to come back. And the masters, like I wish I could release this dubstep album, but I've got to wait. It's waiting on other people now, not me. It's good. The weight is off my shoulders. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Ryan and Thomas and everyone else. Joined and chatted and shared and liked and stuff tonight. I will be back on probably not tomorrow night. I think every 2 nights I can do it because I get a lie-in, like a little lie-in every 2 nights. So I might be able to do one. I would love to get a solid rota going, but it's very difficult to say when I'll be on. Yeah, thanks Thomas for sending that. Have a good sleep, Brian. You too, mate. Yeah, thanks. I hope I get a good sleep. It'd be nice to get a really good sleep. We'll see how it goes. See if the toddlers wake up. Right. Thank you for hanging out. It's good to see you all. Take care. See you soon.